We are in the kitchen today. It is Friday, and I want to welcome you to day 60 of our Proven Cancer Strategies Revealed 90 Days to Cancer Resilience. We are 2/3 of the way there. I cannot believe that we have done 60 episodes of our Proven Cancer Strategies Revealed. And today we are making a chickpea and cucumber salad with a lemon tahini dressing. It is part of our metabolic boosting week that we have been doing on metabolic health. And it is packed with plant-based protein, healthy fats, and fiber. And so all of our key nutritional items that we need to help with our metabolism and keep it running smoothly. So are you ready to get started? Yes. So we are have this salad that we're making. I want to start with the dressing. And I want the dressing, I'm just going to put it in this Pyrex 1 cup container. We're starting with some tahini, and it's called for a 1/4 cup of tahini. And what I like to do, this is my pro tip, is to use a weigh scale. And I originally got a weigh scale to weigh my dog's food, but I love having a weigh scale in the kitchen because when I'm making stuff like tahini or peanut butter or almond butter, they kind of get a little sticky and hard to measure. So I just Google how many grams it in a 1/4 cup of tahini, and I'm going to put my container down, and it says 60 grams. So all I need to do is measure out 60 grams. It keeps it so much cleaner. So I'm going to put 60 grams of tahini here. Pretty stick, because it's pretty sticky stuff. Look at that, right like that. I'm a little bit over. I've got 65 grams, but that'll be okay. It's so close. And so we start with the tahini, and that's all I need for the measurement. So I'm going to put my weigh scale away. And then we are going to add in a clove of garlic that I have minced up. And your tip for that is to mince up your garlic about 10 to 15 minutes ahead of time so that the enzymes that will help to release all of the beautiful antimicrobial properties and enzymes that are in the garlic. It's allicin that gets released, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to do that. So I've got my minced garlic in there. I'm going to add some lemon juice. I have about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice that I've got here. And to add in, you can add salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. I'm not a big pepper person, but I'll add a little pepper. You can add a little bit of salt. And I am in a mostly salt-free zone. So I actually use the lemon juice as part of my taste instead of salt anymore. So I'm not going to put any salt. And then you just mix it up. And then we can add a little bit of water as we need. The tahini is pretty thick. So I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of water here to get this thick tahini into a nice liquid. Yay. It's coming along. All right. Now, I feel like it's pretty pasty, so I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. And I'm using filtered water. Now, tahini is basically ground up sesame seeds, and they are chock full of beautiful calcium. So if you're looking for calcium, sesame seeds and tahini is a great option to add in some calcium into your diet. All right. And now it's starting to look a little bit on the runny side. Just a little better. Beautiful. Now you can see it's getting there. A couple little lumps left. I'm going to move to I'm going to change my equipment here away from my spoon. And I've got a whisk here. So I'm going to do a whisk for a couple of minutes here. And that is the dressing. And I love making homemade dressings. They're really as easy as this. They just take a few minutes to make. And then you don't have all those additives that you get in the store, you know, store-bought kind of stuff. So now look, it's smooth and ready to go. I've got to try it too. All right. How's that beautiful tang from the lemon juice? Very good. Okay. That's our dressing. Now for our salad, very easy to make. I have some chickpeas. I'm going to put some cucumber and chickpeas together here. So I cut up a cucumber here. I just kind of diced it to bite-sized pieces. Put that in there. I am going to add in my chickpeas. So the chickpeas are giving us protein and fiber. Our cucumber is a hydrating vegetable. So we talked about hydration is really important to keep your metabolism running. And so you get a lot of hydration from your cucumber. And I'm adding in some red and yellow bell peppers that I cut up for a little bit of extra color and flavor. This is an extra that I'm adding in. I'm going to have some red onion to add in as well here. So I've sliced up a quarter of a red onion. I sliced it into very thin wedges, so it's like little strips. Kind of gives it a cool, I guess, aesthetic. It's part of the aesthetic. You could cube it as well. And then I'm going to add in some cherry tomatoes that I've cut up. And then my final thing, which is it's an optional, is to add in some dill. I have some beautiful dill that I bought. I'm going to add that in. Got a little bit to keep out for garnish. I love dill. You could use parsley if you want. You don't need to add anything, but this is a nice little flavoring to add to it. And I can smell it already. Smells so good. So I'm just going to toss this up a little bit. And then I'll add my dressing. Make sure that dill gets distributed all over. Yum, yum. All right. And then I'm going to add in my dressing here. We have our dressing to add in. And you have a quick and easy metabolic boosting salad. And I'm going to, for another thing that I'm going to add is some pepitas. So these are pumpkin seeds or pepita seeds. One of the things before you use them for any of your nuts and seeds, you should be soaking them. to remove the enzyme inhibitors. And then once you soak them, if you have a dehydrator, you can dry them in the dehydrator. It takes about, depending on the seed, 6-8 hours, maybe a little more if it's a hard nut like an almond. And then you can store it in the fridge or in the freezer to make sure that it's not going rancid and going bad, because nuts and seeds do go rancid with the omega-3s and the fats that are in them. So keep them in your fridge or freezer. I use mason jars and I put them in my freezer to store. And the enzyme inhibitors are there to protect the nuts and seeds before they're used. But once the enzyme inhibitor is off, this enzyme inhibitor will can cause digestive issues, and it's also an anti-nutrient. It pulls the nutrients out. So it's best to soak them first. It's called sprouting them. So if you see sprouted almonds or sprouted whatever kind of seeds, that means that they've been soaked and the enzyme inhibitors have been removed. What I've done then is I have just roasted these. So I took raw pepita or pumpkin seeds and I've roasted them in the oven, just 350 for about 5 minutes. Doesn't take very long, and I just watch it. And when they smell, you can smell the aroma, then they are done. And I would recommend, if you love roasted nuts, buy them raw, sprout them, and then make your own beautiful roasted nuts. That's the best. So I'm going to add those in, and voila, we have a wonderful metabolism boosting salad. Here we are. I can take and put it in a little dish for myself. A big dish for myself. Oops. All right. Add a little bit of garnish to it. And I have a lovely salad. Now you can add more things. You can put in some fruit, like dried fruit, like cranberries, or you can cut up some apple or pear are in season right now where I am. And then you can have the nice little pops of sweetness that come through. And you can add other things. You can add chili peppers if you like that. So there's lots of ideas of things that you can do to enhance the taste if you so wish. So you can be creative. And you can add quinoa to it. You could add in some, so that would give you more protein and your complex carbs. You can add in some avocado. And then those are some other ideas. So let me give it a taste. Cheers. Mm-hmm. Nice, lemony and garlicky. I got a good bite full. 2 thumbs up for that. And I'm not even a big cucumber fan, but they're good. All right. So that's it for today's segment in the kitchen. You can give this cucumber or chickpea and cucumber salad a try. So easy to make and so good for you. And if you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up and follow us on. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have somebody that you think might benefit from the recipe, you can send it on to them. And don't forget our Last Hope for Healing Summit is coming up next week on Saturday. We have both live in Oakville, Ontario, which is where I'm from. And on the live stream, we have amazing guests. We have cancer survivors. We have people who will talk about mindset. We are going to talk about plant-based nutrition, metabolic nutrition, and detox. So don't miss it. Sign up on the link in the description that's below, and we'll see you there. Bye for now.